Module 4, welcome to content creation and the optimization module. This is where we take your podcast ideas and turn them into a polished, engaging episodes that your audience will love. In this session, I'll guide you through planning your episodes, recording with confidence, and editing your content to professional standards. Plus, I'll give you real-time action steps that you can apply these skills immediately. Let's get started. Planning your podcast episodes. The first step to great content is solid planning. Think of each episode as a mini story you're telling. To keep your ideas organized, create a content calendar. This calendar will help you map out topics, themes, and even guest appearances in advance. Do not avoid this part. It keeps you organized. So for example, if your podcast is about personal finance, you could plan a 4-week series on budgeting. Week 1, building a budget from scratch. Week 2, saving tips for beginners. Week 3, tools and apps for budgeting. And week 4, stories from people who successfully transformed their finances. So an action step that I want you guys to take immediately. Open your notebooks or digital calendars now and write down 3 episode ideas you'd like to cover this month. Think about what's timely, relevant, and valuable to your audience. Always keep them in mind. The next thing we're going to talk about is a crucial part of this entire thing. People skip this often. They think they're just going to get some mics and turn on the camera and just freestyle. We're going to talk about scripting and talking points. Once you know what you're going to talk about, it's time to prepare your script. Don't worry, it doesn't have to be word for word. A good script includes key points, transitions, and a strong call to action. So for example, for a budgeting episode, let's use that. Introduction. Share a personal story about budgeting and how it changed your life. Key points. Discuss common budgeting mistakes and how to avoid them. Conclusion. Encourage listeners to download your free budgeting template or whatever call to action you want them to take. So the action step I have for you guys, now that you understand these 3 things on scripting and talking points, take one of those episode ideas from your content calendar and jot down 3 points you want to cover. And as a bonus, write out your opening sentence to each one with a specific tone. Next, record your episodes. Now, while recording your episodes, it's super important that you understand the goal is to sound natural and confident. Practice is key. Here are a few tips. Record in a quiet space to reduce background noise. Please don't give people crappy audio, guys. Test your microphone levels before starting. You don't want to get halfway through and realize your levels are off. Next, speak at a natural pace and smile. It helps convey energy. You want people to watch you, you need to give them some energy. So for example, I'm going to record a quick intro as if it were a real episode. Listen closely. Hi, and welcome to Budget Boss, the podcast where we help you master your money and build a brighter future. Okay? So an action step I want you guys to take is grab your phone or mic and record a 30-second introduction for one of your episode ideas. Play it back and tweak it until you're happy with the tone and the delivery. Trust me. Next, we're going to talk about editing and post-production. Editing is where the magic happens. Clean up background noise, add music, and make your content flow seamlessly. Here are the basic tools you'll need. You can use Audacity, which is free, perfect for beginners, or Adobe Audition for advanced editing. I typically use Adobe Audition, but there's many out there for you to choose from. So let me give you an example. Watch as I edit a snippet in Adobe Audition. Notice how I cut out the long pauses, get rid of background noises such as buzzing or humming noises, and making sure the audio is at a -3 dB or normalizing it so it doesn't blow out. Normalizing audio is effective for creating consistent levels between samples, vocal takes, and other audio files before, during mixing, and even for mastering. Finally, add an intro jingle if you like. You can also do this in your video editing software. That's typically where I add it. So action step that I have for this is download Audacity or Adobe Audition, or whichever preferred editing software you want. Import the recording you just made and practice trimming the beginning and the end for clearer sound. Do some of the steps that I just did. We'll also have it as a PDF file if you want to reference something. Content creation doesn't have to be overwhelming. By planning ahead, crafting engaging scripts, and polishing your episodes in post-production, you're setting yourself up for success. Your homework: finalize your content calendar for the next month. Write your first script and record a practice episode. Remember, every polished podcast starts with a single recording. Take one step at a time, and soon enough, you'll have a library of engaging episodes to share with the world. Happy podcasting, guys. Ready for the next step? Let's dive into Module 5, setting up your podcast on major platforms. I'll see you in the next lesson.